So in the game, I played h5 just to gain some space and to try and faking an attack. So he played after h5, bishop c. So bishop c2 is the idea of an f4, and so that his bishop is pinning my knight, because I played just a bit before queen g6 to prevent f4, because then all my 3 pieces will attack the e4 pawn. Because the point is that even though I'm down a pawn, I got this knight against that bishop, and this is a big advantage for black, because this pawn is never gonna get that far because the bishop is completely locked up. But I gotta do the right moves, because if white can get this f4 move in, and that his bishop can get out, and that his bishop can get out, then here white is gonna be better. So here I started thinking, what could I do? And I went up with the idea of knight d3 to blockade with my knight this square, which is actually very important to protect from the bishop that could get out from this f4 square, so block it, because not any pieces could get could trade the knight violently. And so here after knight d3, he played, oh wait, I think no, he plays bishop c2 to threaten my knight, so that my knight now is a bit stuck, because I can't like move it here because of the pawn. So I just took it. I just took the pawn, because like, why not give a free piece? Unless that's what he could have thought, because here mate is threatened. My pawn here has 2 utilities. Has 2 uses, I think that's how you pronounce it. Get my knight out of the way, because now the pawn is not guarding it, and also threaten mate. So now it's getting a bit more interesting. He took back, I think. Yeah, because I didn't put to the game, so now I gotta look at the paper. So rook takes g3, and yeah, and knight f4, and rook g1. So here he's just trying to get pressure on my rook. Here, just defended it. Yeah, because a massive trade is always good for me, because I got this knight against that bishop. So I can. So here it's or black wins or black draws, or it's a draw. So it's like this pawn isn't really an advantage. I might gain it because of that bishop that isn't doing anything. So it's kind of knight and king against king and pawn. So if I win this pawn, there's always all these pawns that are always in the back, like, you know, to show that white is gonna lose. So if you trade everything, then black is more than okay. So after rook g7, rook g8, sorry. After rook g8, he took once, which is a mistake. Frankly, rook g4 was much better, because here I don't have a lot of things to do. I gotta prevent this move from happening, because that's just completely awful. I will lose my queen probably. Oh no, because of my knight, but like it's very close to the losing. And so I gotta do knight here to, like, on rook here. Gotta do knight here to prevent the square. And then after knight here, you always got these f4 ideas. So if I take back, there might be those things. Like, yeah, this is like, I didn't like this position, but it might be okay. But he took once, I took 2, and he played rook g4. So now it's a bit, it has changed, because like right now I'm not like here. We're one step closer to having traded all the rooks and be closer to have a good position. So what did he do after rotate? What did I do? Sorry, after rook g4, I played knight g6 to prevent him from going to h4. And after knight g6, he played the move bishop d3. Sorry. So after bishop d3, okay, I don't remember the games. After bishop d3, he played. I played queen h6. Is the idea of checking the king and gaining the bishop. So this would be a good position. The problem is that he didn't want me do this. So he played f4, I think, maybe. After queen h6. Oh my god, where is it? Okay. Queen h6. He played queen d8 check, king h7, and here played queen g5. There we go. Now I remember it. So I obviously traded my queen because that's what I want. And here we have the position that I wanted from the whole game. After knight f4, that is obligating rook takes g7, because if he doesn't do it, then I will gain his bishop or his rook. And he cannot move there with check because of my knights. So he took obviously there, and he played bishop f1, and takes g7, king takes g7, bishop f1. So after bishop f1, I played king h6. He played king g1, I think, king g5, and king f2, and I played f5. So here my point was that here I cannot make any forward advancement, only with my pieces. I gotta make a breakthrough. So I gotta make weaknesses. This is a weakness, and this is a weakness, but they are too close. I gotta make a new weakness, or get those two weaknesses a bit further away. So the pawn of 5 is now I'm threatening to take, and if he take back, then now he has two weaknesses a bit further away. So now I can hit them and put him some problems and not let him defend everything, and put him in a position where he's gotta play more defensively and more passively. So after f5, he played king g3 with the idea of doing this check to get one step closer to the queen, actually 2 steps. But after king g3, I played the move knight h4, I think. Where am I? No, king g5. Oh yeah, knight h4. I was like, oh, it's knight h5. I mistried it. So knight h5, king f2, and here I took my pawn. Yeah. Then he took back, and I got my king into that square. He played bishop d3 to defend because it doesn't have anything else. And so here I played knight f6. So here you're going to tell me this is now winning for black because I'm on take back, and I got a pass pawn. The problem is that I could never win this position. I could never win this. Here only if I trade this pawn, the knight and the bishop, and gain a pawn, then I could not win this position. Because if I win, if I want to win this pawn, I gotta give mine. But in the structure where we're getting, the pawn that I'm winning, that I'm losing here, is closer to my pawn chain than this pawn there. So he can get closer to my pawns very quickly and win the game, because he wins everything. So my point here by playing knight f6 isn't to take the pawn. So he plays king e1, knowing that I could never win this pawn because I want to show it to you. Here I can just push. Oh wait, no, we can't. You gotta go this. So now king there, and now simply just this pawn can push once, and then you can just make a waiting move. And here, like, black can just do this, but then they're kind of stuck. They gotta, and then this pawn will get up. You'll take this, and you will get into a position where it looks like this. And here I think white is probably better. Like, it's equal. It's equal. Because here, like, no one can get through. They will just shovel back and forth, and it will be a draw. So that's not what I did. So knight takes c4 was not played. Here I played king g4. I think king g4, king f2, king 2, h3, and he played king f3. So here again, I didn't want to take this pawn. You'll tell me, wait. You have refused to take both pawns to the pretext. I don't know if it's spelled in English. By saying that if you take, there's always a drawback. Well, I had to not do this because then my king gets locked, and I cannot play again for the rest of the game. And he can make a draw if he wants. Like, here, he can just do this, and then my king is completely stuck. And we are in a position where I am in Zygzwang, because I gotta go for this bishop to get out my king. But he can just do this, and he's good. Like, he can just move his bishop back and forth. So I should not take on h2. That's the point. And then here I just played radically, I think, the best move. I just moved my knight to h4, just waiting again, waiting to get a good opportunity. I think I'm trying to find them. Yeah, my h5. So here he played. Oh, he played bishop c4. Sorry, I was like the bishop e4. Yeah, because my seer looks like e. So yeah. Bishop e4. C4. Sorry. Knight f4. So here I just got up into a position where my knight is much more active than his bishop. Here you can see it very easily. And so now there is only a few moves until the end, which are bishop f1 check, king takes. And so now you see the points of my knight got through. So I had to obviously calculate that his king isn't fast enough to get to my pawns than my king to get to his bishop and to his pawns. So now my knight is here, he cannot get here with his bishop, and so I can just secure the win. So bishop f1 check, king takes h2, king g4, king g1. Here he played bishop c4, I think. Yeah, bishop c4, king f2, and here resigned. Here he says, yeah, h5, f5. And he doesn't have h5 right now, but he says f5. He likes this idea. And queen h5 too, but like, I don't know actually why queen f5, h5, and this. Okay, yeah, because the pawn is almost falling. So yeah, there are always some ideas. Why f6? Why he wants to play f6, queen h5, and push the pawns, I think. Might be his idea. Yeah, f6, f5. Always about it. For h5, I am like, that's not a bad move. Like, that's not the best. Yeah. Bishop c2, and what is the problem of that? Okay, there's no actual problem. Yeah, I'm not playing too badly. Okay. Whoa. King h8 was a bad move, probably. Yeah, I thought also about King of Fates. King of Fates is a good move. Yeah, because the point is that you want to get to mids and then just put all your rooks there to obliterate his king while he's just completely stuck in the corner and you're out. You're like, I'm out. But I played King H8 like to do the same thing as him because I felt that my king was a bit safer. But now it's equal, so rook okay f1, so here I'm again better. I don't know what he should have done. G4. Yeah. That was kinda short because he gotta go fast. Like, well, I lost the time by moving my king into the attack, not moving it out of. Then he just gotta win the time. But here it's me like G4, Bishop E2. Oh, wait, it's G5. Yeah, G5 is the best. Prevent F4. But here he played this move, and here I just need to blunder my pawn. Yeah, as I said, I mean, it's plus one. So here I gotta do rook e7. I wanted to play too much prophylactic. Actually, I don't care about this move now. It's like just rook e7, he says, and then f4, and then just apparently you can just take this one, and he doesn't care. He just trades please. Frankly, but being a human, I would have played g4. Frankly, and just continue the attack with my pawns. But like, there's no attack actually. Like, white black just gotta play with his advantage of knight against bishop. Well, actually not anymore because, oh well, by taking here you're gaining a pawn, so it's completely finished, and you threaten the rook. So yeah, the position is just completely winning. So after finish 7, obviously it's sad. Finish 6 or g7, then we move. Why is queen g7? Because yeah, I think it's a fun. So or g7, g3. Well, actually here it's equal. Pawn. Yeah, you have h takes g3. Rook takes rook g8. Yeah, it's the same thing, but my knight isn't on the 4. So it's my variant is not good, but like 93. Yeah, it takes h1. I thought about that, and I felt kind of bad. What did he do? He played bishop c2, so he lets me myself take. Now it's an ameliorated variant than the other one because I got my knight before. So he played g1 or g8. First equal, equal, minus. Okay, here you see I'm better. Well, okay, yeah. Now we're seeing why I'm better. So king h6, and like here, I think computer likes my position because like my king is safe, and I got knight against bishop. My king can infiltrate at any moment, so we can king d5 prevent these infiltrations. And now just let's get traded. And here it's just very slow. Okay, me very slowly trying to get him in some sort of bad position. Yeah. So that's about it for this video. And so I'll see you in the next video.